Melanie Griffith was the guest on Later with Bob Costas on October 9th, 1991. I had uploaded this about 5 years ago, and it was when I was really marking my videos heavily. Now I do it more discreetly. So, apologies. I'm putting this back up with an intro, which got my channel shut down before. Here she's promoting the film Paradise with Don Johnson. And she talks at length about the Johnathan Demme film, Something Wild, that she made with Jeff Daniels. And also her upbringing within the film industry. This is a really cool later episode. Thank you, Bob Costas.
Thanks for staying up later. Melanie Griffith with us for the next half hour. Now, Don was here a week or so ago. Talked to him about Paradise. Let's get your take on it. What drew you to this script, and what's your feeling about the finished product?
When I read it, it made me cry. And so that's kind of what drew me to it. I mean, the story was so beautiful, and it just made me feel so much. And what was the second part of the question?
And how do you feel about the way it came out?
I think it's great. I mean, I think it's beautiful. I find it very hard to watch myself on film, but I loved watching my husband, and I loved watching the kids. And when we saw it with an audience, I loved watching the audience reaction, because everybody was crying. And I mean, not that that's a good thing to make people cry, but when it's, you know, when it's out of a good emotion, I think it's great.
When the stars of a film see it with an audience, do they try to disguise themselves? Do you sit in the back with
Yeah, we sit in the back with
glasses
beards and big hats and...
Oh, is that right, or is my leg being yanked here?
No, I mean, actually it was a premiere, so we were just there by, like ourselves.
For people who haven't seen it yet, it's a story of a couple that loses a child, and then through a coincidence, a 10-year-old boy played by Elijah Wood, who's really terrific in this movie,
really terrific,
comes to live with them and helps them repair their own relationship.
Well, I think children kind of have a way of being so honest. You know, they just are so upfront, and adults tend to, as I think as one gets older, you learn how to disguise your feelings and sort of, I can't say that word here, can I?
What is it?
Just kind of bullshit your way around things, you know?
Yeah, you said it. Look, if they can't handle that at 1:30 in the morning...
Oh, okay.
So it's all right.
All right.
Was it important for you to play the role the way you wanted to in Paradise, that family is important now in your own life, or is that just a happy coincidence and you could have played it anyway?
Well, I don't, that family doesn't have anything to do with my family.
Yeah, they're not similar, but...
No, they're not similar, but what I loved about it was that, most people don't talk. A lot of times things happen. I think Don said this too. but people in families, when things happen, a lot of times families don't communicate. Fathers and daughters, or mothers and sons, and then the mothers and fathers themselves. You know, that things happen and then you hold them inside, and that those things start to grow inside, and you need to let them out. People need to be able to talk, and I think people forget that you can do that when you're in a family, you know? And that's the beauty of these children that come into Ben and Lily's life. Elijah, when he comes into our life, Willard, his character's name, he opens up that chasm between us because he's so honest, and you know, it's just like, well, why don't you guys talk about it? Why don't you work it out? You know?
You said you saw Paradise at a premiere, and you saw it with the audience. Do you want to know, beyond sitting there and feeling reaction, laughter if it's appropriate, you see people cry, do you want to talk to these people afterwards, or do you just want to disappear? Do you want to find out what they liked and didn't like?
No, I just want to disappear.
What do you think people's reaction is going to be when they go to see this movie?
I think they'll feel something. I think that that'll hit them deep inside, in their heart, in a good way.
Is it difficult for you to work with Don? I mean, the finished product is a good one, but are there particular difficulties when husband and wife work together and therefore spend all the time together on the set and away?
No. No, I mean, it was great working with him. I mean, one thing that it did was when you work with an actor that you don't know, or you've rehearsed or you've met, or, you've known him a little bit, you still feel, or at least I do, really kind of like, oh God, I'm going to make such a fool out of myself if I do this, or you wonder what that person is thinking, in a self-conscious way. And with Don, it was so easy because I've made a fool out of myself in front of him so many times that I could do it working too.
Your mom is Tippi Hedren,
yeah,
who is best known for the Hitchcock films, The Birds and Marnie. Now, people might say, well, then in that case, it's obvious Melanie wanted to be an actress from the time she was a little girl. But from what I've read, that wasn't really the case. No,
I didn't. But I didn't know what it was like. All I saw, because Hitchcock wouldn't let me on the set. He wouldn't let children on the set. So all I saw was my mom getting made up and her hair, and I thought those hairpins, were stuck into her head. I didn't know that they kind of, how they really go in your hair. And so I didn't know what it was like. I didn't know how much fun it was. So I didn't want to be an actress. I wasn't sure what I wanted to do. And then when I met Don, and we had been together for about 2 years, and I was 16 then, and he said, why don't you do something with your life? Because I was just like following him around, And so I tried modeling, and by accident I got this call for an interview, and I thought it was a modeling job, and it was for this movie called Night Moves that Arthur Penn directed, and I went in and I said, oh, well, if it's a movie, I really don't want to do this, and I hadn't met Arthur yet. I met the casting director, and he said, well, just take this home and read it, and come back and just try it. And so Don worked on it with me, and I went in and read for Arthur, and I think I read like 4 times, and I got the part, and that's how I started doing it. And once I started doing it, then I realized how much fun it was, because it's really like being a kid,
And not every actor or actress says that it's fun. A lot of people say, the finished product is something I take pride in, but it's a grind. Sounds like you enjoy most all of it.
I try to. I mean, I think that's my job, is doing the movie, I have to forget about it afterwards and hope that people like it. Because otherwise it seems like, I would just be tortured all the time if because you get a lot of rejection, you get a lot of criticism, you get commented on all the time, and that's not always pleasant.
What was the role where you said to yourself, after you landed it and played it, you said to yourself, this is what I should be doing? Not just something I'm going to try to do, but this is where I belong, and I've got every reason to believe I can be good at it.
Body Double. Or maybe Fear City. Fear City, I met this woman, Sandra Seacat, who is an acting coach, who really changed my life. Along with another man named Harry Master George, who is a great teacher also. But I met Sandra, and she started helping me to work on a project in a completely different way, and in a very spiritual way, and a very open-hearted way. And I worked with her in Fear City, but then Body Double, I think it was after that I started to find a way that hopefully is a more giving way of working, as opposed to a taking way. Because I find in this profession, being an actor, you get a lot of people, kissing your ass all the time.
Sure.
There's always somebody around to do something for you, and it's hard to keep a clear head to remember how lucky you are.
Enjoy watching yourself on the screen, and a lot of performers say that. What is it that troubles you?
Everything.
Really?
Yeah, everything. It's just, I want to crawl under the seat and just, you know. I don't know, it's like looking at a picture of yourself. Usually most people go, oh God, I look terrible in that picture. It's just a natural response. I don't know. It's just one of those things. For me personally, I just find it difficult.
And yet, when so many people have responded positively to you, that still doesn't get to the bottom of whatever insecurity we all have?
Doesn't get to the bottom of whatever insecurity. I don't know if it's an insecurity. I mean, it makes me happy when people feel like what I've done or like the movie that I've been in, because that's what it's all about. It's about entertainment. You know, that's the joy of it, is doing it, and then if people go to it and they like come up on the street and go, God, like with Working Girl, I got it so much.
Yeah.
People were so, they were like so happy, and so they would thank me when really it was Mike Nichols and Kevin Wade who wrote it. You know, I mean, I just was lucky enough to play the part.
Do you view it as a breakthrough part for you? You've done other work that was generally well received, like Something Wild. People liked your performance in that. But I guess Working Girl was a combination of critical success and a big hit.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Did your life change after Working Girl?
Everything changed after Working Girl. I mean, everything. Don and I got back together. But then, I mean, besides that part of it, which is the best part of it, I also started getting offers and scripts sent, and I hadn't really been considered a valuable asset to the, you know, industry.
What's the difference in how men in general reacted to Working Girl and how women in general reacted to it?
There's not a big difference. I mean, guys loved it too. I mean, I think it's because it's the story of the underdog succeeding, and everybody can relate to that.
Does it strike you as funny that you had a line in there which everyone remembers, the head for business and the bod for sin? And sometimes that'll happen in an actor or actress's career, where there's one line that's catchy enough that people remember it and kind of hang it on them.
Yeah. Kind of like put your lips together and blow.
Sort of, yeah. I mean, you and Bacall sort of equal in that.
Yeah, yeah.
In Something Wild, the Jeff Daniels character, I forget his name, but he's kind of a buttoned-down guy, whatever the character's name was, kind of a buttoned-down guy, and you pick him up and take him on this...
Charlie.
You take Charlie on this escapade that kind of shows him a new side to life. What's your recollection of working on that film?
It was great. It was fun. We shot that film mostly in sequence, so which makes a big difference. To me, it does. It's nice to go, you know, as the movie goes. Most of the time you jump around, you shoot, like on the same day, you shoot the beginning of the movie and the end of the movie, you know, and... But I loved working with Johnathan Demme. He was great, and Jeff Daniels was great. Everybody was great, and it was a great character. It was a really fun character, and it was just fun, you know.
Back with Melanie Griffith. Let's backtrack a little bit. We mentioned Alfred Hitchcock earlier, and without getting into all these details that have been covered before, apparently he was fond of your mom, and she didn't reciprocate that romantic feeling. And did she believe that he kind of sabotaged Marnie because of his own mixed feelings toward her, that the film could have been better? And
I don't know if she believed that. I believe that.
What made you believe it?
I mean, I don't know. I was too young to know exactly what happened, but from what I've heard, once there was that rejection, he was really pissed off at her and decided to just kind of not support the film and not put it out there the way he usually did.
Didn't he send you a weird present one time?
Yeah, he sent me it was like a box that looked like a coffin, and inside was like a Barbie doll, but it was my mother. It was an exact replica of my mom in the green suit from The Birds.
How old were you when you got this?
6.
Man.
I didn't play with it.
Well, that's healthy, but...
But I mean, that's kind of strange. you know, a lot of times people ask me about that, and I mean, God rest his soul. Look at what he gave us. He gave us so many beautiful, incredible movies and so much entertainment. And just, personally for my mom, you know, it wasn't too pleasant.
Did she discourage you then, or just kind of remain neutral when it came to going into films?
She's always been really supportive. She's great. She's really proud, and she's really loving, and she's really sweet, and she's always been right there for me.
You did a movie way back when called Smile.
Yeah.
That about a beauty pageant that why can't I think of her name?
Barbara Feldon.
Barbara Feldon. That's one of those little movies that might show up now and then on cable, kind of overlooked, but a nice little bit of business in its own modest way.
Mm-hmm.
You couldn't have been terribly old when you did it. What do you remember about it?
What do I remember? I turned 17 on it. On the day we did the actual beauty pageant, it was my birthday.
And who were you in this film? Barbara Feldon was the kind of pageant director,
yeah.
sort of.
I was Miss Simi Valley, I think.
Simi as in S-E-A-M-Y or
no.
S-E-E-M-E?
Oh, God, no. I don't know how to respond to that. I think it's S-I-M-I. Simi Valley is a place in California.
Had you ever considered in your life at any time entering a beauty pageant?
I did.
Oh, you did?
Actually, yeah. When I was like 16, and it was for Miss Sherman Oaks, or yeah, I think it was for Miss Sherman Oaks. And Don was with me, and my mom and my stepfather, and oh, I can't remember. It was something really terrible that I said. It was like, what's your favorite pastime? And it was like spending time with my boyfriend, or I don't know. It was something really out of line. I shouldn't have responded. I didn't win.
And as we all know, it really is that interview portion that carries the day in the beauty pageant. That's what they would have us believe.
Yeah.
As long as you can end each response with, and I hope to work to make this a better world.
Right.
I think you're pretty much you're pretty much in good shape.
Right.
Paradise with Melanie Griffith and Don Johnson is either at a theater near you or will be very shortly. Now, that was relatively painless for a half an hour, right?
Yes, it was great.
Thanks a lot for coming by.
Thank you, Don.
We're out of here. See you later.